What's going on, guys? It's Danny, our Wi-Fi astronaut, and today I'm bringing you another video, and you may notice I'm not in the normal studio. I'm not in Miami. I am actually in Paris, France right now, and I want to go over how I'm able to travel while also doing my Amazon business. Now, what I'm going to go over today is something that has completely pulled me out of the kind of the day-to-day logistical operations of the business, and I just hand it all off onto someone else, pay them a fee for it. And you guys probably could already guess what I'm talking about. That is called a prep center. So pretty much, if you don't know what a prep center is you send them your items and they prep them for you, right? So with me currently, or prior, I was prepping all of my items myself. I had warehouses in Delaware and Miami, and I had a kind of a staff of people that were prepping them. However, after speaking to multiple people that are more successful than me in the Amazon game, who are doing in the 8 figures a year, who use prep centers, I realized after they had kind of discussed with me, it just wasn't worth my time anymore to be managing blue collar workers. Essentially, I wasn't that wasn't my job description. Having to manage minimum wage or like $10-15 an hour workers, it just wasn't beneficial for me anymore. And then if I could have hired a manager at like 40-50K a year to do that for me, but for me, and I would also recommend for you guys as well, it's probably not going to be super beneficial in the start to just create your own warehouse and bring in all your products around, unless you're doing tons of volume in terms of units. And as I'm sure you guys know, a lot of my most of my sales come from my electronics, and my ASP is very high. So in terms of the units, I don't have as many units coming in as you may think. So because of that, I decided to start offloading my stuff to a prep center, and that has allowed me so much freedom to be able to pretty much do whatever I want. All I have to do is upload the sheet, my buy list, the buy cost, the ASIN, and the where I'm getting the product from, and then the prep center they'll receive my products, they'll count them to make sure they're all there. They'll prep them and they'll ship them out. Now, obviously, it's not all rosy. It's not all perfect. It's not all great. There's been some issues with it. I've gotten some shipments that were sent late, or they were maybe mislabeled. And with electronics, that could get expensive, right? There are a few $1,000s in mistakes have happened already. However, we've worked through them. We've solved it. And, it kind of is what it is. It's part of the game, and you just keep on going. Those mistakes, however, are still cheaper, though, than maintaining a warehouse at, $2,000 a month for rent, $2,000 a month or more for employees and payroll and all that stuff. It's just, to me, it just wasn't worth it anymore, having to manage all of that overhead. And to be honest, the prep center has really allowed me time to, travel, be kind of home studio like, be able to really work from home and not have to go anywhere, which I really, really enjoy. And like I said, I'm able to be mobile. And also, I want to touch on when I think it's right for someone to either go to a prep center or switch to it. So there's an argument right now that can be made for both when you're starting on Amazon. Should you go straight to OA and prep center, or should you, go OA and ship the items to yourself and prep it yourself? Because I do believe there is value in knowing how to prep the items yourself. However, it is just another opportunity for mistakes. Now, like I said, it is important to understand the process and how it works, but it's just another added kind of area where you can make a mistake. So, for example, you get a bunch of units in, and eventually when you're prepping and you're learning how to do shipments and all that stuff, you are going to make a mistake at some point, and everyone does. I've made tons of mistakes, but the difference is a lot of my mistakes, and I know a lot of my friends' mistakes when it came to shipments, was they were on books. So the buy cost is 25 cents a book. You put 50 books in a box. What is that like? It's like $20. Not even. It's like $10, $10-15 in cost. So the cost to the mistake was not very, very high. Whereas with electronics or with OA products, that could be a few $1,000s, which in the beginning that could really, really hurt. Which is why I recommend to hand off that responsibility to professionals, to a prep center that you can trust, and let them handle that work for you, and you pay them, about $1 a unit, or if the item is larger, it could be up to $2 a unit. To me, that's just worth it, because it's being handled professionally, and it's being handled the right way. Now, granted, if you don't know how to create a shipment and what shipments look like and how to navigate that whole page, it may be hard for you to catch mistakes. So, like, one of the mistakes that I caught was I had just like 2 units of a random item that they were back ordered, and for some reason 2 units got fulfilled. And they said they sent out 10 the prep center said they sent out 10 when in reality they only sent out 2, and they added some other similar looking items to it. So I caught that. But if you don't know how a shipment like prep page looks, then it may throw you off and you may not understand what you're looking at. So there is value on both sides. If you are going to prep and you want to go that way, just know there is a capital investment up front, computer, which you should have a computer anyway, but computer, printer, labels, boxes, and then obviously time as well. Time is the biggest investment into it, learning how to do it, watching the videos and all that stuff. But it is an extremely valuable skill to have. You know, if you don't want to do it, highly recommend choosing a prep center and hand that off to the professionals. But I would recommend still watching some videos and understanding the process so that you are able to catch mistakes from your prep center if they were to make them. And so, you know, everything can be good with your Amazon business and you're not losing thousands of dollars to mistakes or bad shipping or what, a mislabeled SKUs or whatever. And I'll leave a link down below to a website that has a bunch of prep centers. I recommend trying out a few. I tried out about 3 or 4 before I decided. I narrowed down to 2 right now, and I think I'm going to just keep sending inventory to both. And so far, they're working out. But make sure you guys choose a tax-free state prep center and keep on hustling on Amazon. I'm going to be bringing more videos like this from the road. I'm in Paris for about 5 more days. Then I'm going to Ireland and then maybe going somewhere else. But we'll see. I'm going to bring some cool videos. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.